and later on it has been expanded. It's a unique book of its kind in the world. The importance of knowing about our mind and knowing also how to control it is precisely because mind constitutes your human status. You are a human being because you have a thinking faculty. And also, in that thinking faculty, a specialized faculty, reasoning faculty. See? The faculty of intellect, intelligent reasoning, logic, asking questions, inquiring, analyzing, and discriminating, further investigating, making research, comparing and contrasting. All these things, the higher aspect of the mental mechanism called the intellectual function, intellectual process, is able to do. That is why we are human beings. Biologically we are same as any animal, any creature, any subhuman creature. Absolutely no difference. See? In all the functionings of the biological, physical body, see, everything duplicated throughout nature. See? Eating, drinking, sleeping, sex, and fatigue, desire for rest, fear, desire for survival, they are same in all forms of life, including this animal, physical animal, whether it's an insect or a reptile or a bird or a fish or a beast or a big animal, whether it's an elephant or a giraffe or a camel or a small little animal, or this physically the human animal is the same as any other form of living beings. Biologically, physically we are the same, with one little exception. That is, we have a vertebral column, spine. Other animals have got a horizontal vertebral column that is parallel to the ground. Parallel to the ground. That means they live all their life and pass away in the same level of evolution. They don't ascend, go higher and higher. That ability only man, as it were, to symbolize that his spirit has a vertical dimension, it can ascend to higher heights. Otherwise, biologically, we are all animals. Because we are endowed with this inner faculty, inner man, the psychological being, that mechanism which gives us, endows us with the power to think, feel, reason. We are human beings. And therefore, that constitutes our human status. And because we, man, the animal, became endowed with this unique faculty, he became the human being, human creature. Our species became different. And because he was endowed by this unique feature, now we have conquered everything. We have landed a man on the moon. We are able to take 400 passengers in comfort, see, beyond the clouds, more than 5 miles away from the surface of the earth, 35,000 feet above sea level, and in comfort, where there is maybe below 65 degrees temperature outside the plane. If you fall there, finished. You will become frozen there. And inside you sit in comfort. And you even ask for a cold drink with ice in it. See, when the outside temperature is minus 65. And all because of this marvel called mind of man. But then, man, because of his mind, he creates such terrible problems. That one such problem is there in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia. And due to that, all the nations are upset, and the most upset nation is our beloved United States of America. There was almost a budget crisis due to one man's brain working in some peculiar direction. Whole of the Congress is upset, all the cabinet is upset, and for the first time the whole nation says no to the president. See, when he wanted to push through some budget proposal, they said no. First time. And he said, if that is so, in a huff he said, all projects which federal government has been funding, they will have to come to a standstill. And they have come to a standstill also. Because of this. And thousands, tens of thousands of newlywed husbands, tens of thousands of sons of anxious parents, tens of thousands of brothers, they are all there in the sweltering heat of the Arabian desert. Maybe sand gets into their nose and mouth and ears when the wind blows, and sand gets into their food also. They are there. One man's, if one man's erratic mind can cause such a disastrous situation for thousands of people, anxious people, so that the financial personality in Bush's cabinet has to go around asking for money. You give me, otherwise we cannot carry on this war, you give me money. And America, that was been giving, third world, is a giver, now is going and asking. Now, multiply this one erratic, eccentric, wrongly directed, wrongly functioning, malfunctioning mind with 100, with 1,000, with 10,000. Then you have the explanation of why we have lunatic asylums, why we have psychiatric clinics, why we have people half well, half ill, going in and out of hospitals due to their not being able to understand their mind, not being able to manage their mind, not being able to control that mind. Why we have courts and penal laws, police force, judges and sentences, juries and prison houses where people cannot manage. Why it is? If man's mind was an asset, it made him unique, the crown and glory of God's creation, high above all other forms of life. He could send a man to the moon, he could make this Concorde fly, breaking the time sound barrier, and do all these things. How many other miraculous, marvelous things man's mind, research, scientific advancement, technology has brought about? Incredible. But nevertheless, if you look at the other things, it is the mind of man that produces criminals, rapists, murderers, mugging people, robbers, dacoits, terrorists. See? It is these people that, because of the mind, if it goes in the wrong direction, it creates not animals out of human beings, but worse than animals. Human beings can perpetrate such havoc, such terrible, disastrous havoc, that even all the jungle animals put together, they will not be able to create such situations for human society.